Hi guys, welcome to QB's Barbecue and Bakery. I'm Joris, and today we're going to cook spare ribs, but not any kind of spare ribs. We're going to cook St. Louis style spare ribs, and it's a rip-off. It's a rip-off between ribs on the big Green Egg versus ribs on the Weber Kettle with the slow and sear. Which is going to turn out best? We're going to find out. So we all know that the slow and sear inside a Weber Kettle creates really good barbecue. It's well known to hold temps really stable at around 225 to 230 Fahrenheit or 110, 115 degrees Celsius. And it's also good for turning out some really good smoke profile. So I've had this Weber Kettle for over 6 years. I think I manage it quite well, but I only recently got the big Green Egg. Now everybody knows that the big Green Egg is a ceramic style cooker, it's a Kamado, so they are known for holding temps, creating amazing smoke flavor. So it's going to be very interesting to see which of these turns out a different flavor profile. Now to check that out, I got these really nice St. Louis cut style spare ribs. I ordered them online from Beef and Steak because in Holland it's quite difficult to get St. Louis style spare ribs. So we are going to trim these up, remove the membrane, get a good coat of a rub on them and light up the barbecues. So stick around for the next part.
We've taken the ribs out of the packaging and squared them up a little bit, taking off the cartilage from the rib tips. So we're going to apply a rub that is honey bacon barbecue by Meatchurch. It has sugar, salt, honey powder, bacon and spices like paprika, garlic and celery. So we're going to apply that liberally on the back side of the ribs. I always start with the back side of the ribs because when you do that first and then you flip them over to do the presentation side, you don't ruin the adherence of your rub. So the rub has adhered nicely to the back of the ribs. You can see the sugars and the salt have started to dissolve and pull out some moisture. So we're going to flip these over and do our rub on the presentation side of the ribs. So as we are finishing coating these ribs, we're going to let the rub absorb into the meat, and in the meantime we're going to fire up the barbecue.
So we're going to place our smoking wood all the way on the back, on the bottom of our cake ash basket, and we're going to cover that with our coals. And finally, we're going to place our starter cube. And that's enough to light the barbecue. So our coals are lit. Time to close the big Green Egg and let the ceramics come up to temperature. Our Conveggtor plate in. It's our heat shield. Now to help with the burn effect of dripping fat, I got these little aluminum bits that I folded up, just off some aluminum foil, and I'm going to put in a drip tray. Now that has an air pocket between the drip tray and the heat shield, so fat drippings don't necessarily burn immediately. Let's close it up. It's all open and let it come up to temperature about 225 to 250. So to start up the slow and sear, first we're going to place a tumbleweed here in the corner, and to that we're going to add about 8 to 10 of these briquettes. These are coconut shell based briquettes. They're going to last a lot longer than regular briquettes. So we'll light those up, and once they're nice and gray over, we're going to fill up the rest of the slow and sear with unlit briquettes. Alright, so our coals are nice and hot, they're grayed over. Now let's dump in our unlit briquettes. And there we go. Now we're going to spread them out. And now we're going to fill this water trough with some hot water. That's normal, that always happens. Get it nice and all the way up to the edge. Just need a little bit more, and I've got some spare. There we go. And now all we need to do is put on our smoke wood. So I've got 2 nice chunks of cherry wood here that we're going to put just about, let's say, right there, and 1 right there. And let that come up to temperature. So we have both kettles up to temperature. The big Green Egg is at 110, 112 degrees Celsius, or roughly 225. And the Weber Kettle is also up to temperature. Got some nice smoke rolling already. So time to put these ribs on the barbecue. Let's put these in the middle a bit. Scrunch them up. There we go. So let's open our kettle. And here we're going to put in our spare ribs. Let's place them nice and square. So we've had our ribs on the big Green Egg and on the Weber Kettle for about an hour and 15 minutes. So it's time to check if the rub is adhered, if there's some dry spots here and there. Then we're gonna spritz them with a mixture of apple juice, apple cider vinegar, and Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey. It's about half a cup of apple cider vinegar, a quarter cup of Jack Daniel's, and a full cup of apple juice. So let's see if, wow, we got a nice dark mahogany color. Give it a spritz of our mixture here, give it some nice color. So let's see how the ribs look on the Weber Kettle. Wow, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I noticed that there's a little bit more moisture here on these ribs. Let's give him a spritz as well. So we've had our ribs on for roughly 2.5 hours at this moment. Let's see what kind of color we have and see if it's time to wrap. Wow, these look amazing. If you can see the color, they look good. So let's do the bend test. Let's see if they, yeah, looks like these are time to wrap. So let's see what our ribs look on the Weber Kettle with the slow and sear. They've also had about 2.5 hours now. So yeah, these look amazing. Let's see how they bend. Yeah, you can see the cracking here. I'd say it's time to wrap. Whoop. There we go. So I always like to put down some brown sugar for the caramelization. Just a little bit to
that, I'm going to add just a few lumps of butter. And I'm going to add Texas pepper jelly, rib candy, apple habanero to give a little bit of a kick to our spare ribs. And I'm going to put them meat down, and then we are going to repeat. Have to close up our ribs. I always use 2 sheets of foil, just to make sure that we don't get any punctures. Let's double wrap. Yeah, let's put that back on the barbecue. And now repeat for the ribs from the Weber Kettle. So both are going meat side down back on the barbecue. And we are going to give this another hour and a half.
So it's been an hour and a half that the ribs have been on the barbecue wrapped. Time to check if they're probe tender. It's incredible. Both grills are still stable at 112, 113 degrees Celsius. This is really going well. So let's see how they look inside the wrapping. Let's unwrap and see what we got. Oh wow. Yeah, these look done. We got some bones popping out here. See what we're working in terms of temperature. Yeah, these are done. Wow. Amazing. Very similar result. We also have some bones coming out here. We have some pullback. See what we have in terms of temperature. Yeah. These are 88 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I think they're equally done. So let's put these back on the kettle and give them a final coat of sauce. So we're going to sauce our ribs with Mitch Whomp barbecue sauce. Got this recommended from the people at Meatchurch. So let's give these ribs a good coating. And we'll let that sauce tack on for about 30 minutes. Give it some caramelization. Let the flavor come in. So let's sauce our Weber Kettle ribs. All right, so our ribs have had about 30 minutes to 40 minutes for the sauce to tack on the ribs. So we're gonna take them off, slice them, and now we're gonna introduce my best friend. He's gonna do the blind taste test together with my little girl. We're not gonna tell them which board has which ribs, but let's see if they can give us some indication of what ribs they like better. The big Green Egg ribs or the Weber Kettle ribs. So this is Raymond, my best friend. That's my little girl Josephine. So they are going to taste the ribs. So Raymond, try one of each and tell me which one do you prefer?
They all smell very good, both of them. Really. Try this one.
Josephine, you can also try.
It's, oh my God, really. Come on, please.
So good. Oh gosh.
QB's at its best.
Yes.
Yeah. You see my mouth? QB's all the way.
Yes.
Yeah. Lovely. Yeah.
So they're great, right?
Yes.
One's good. Oh.
So try the other one.
All right. I'll try. Oh no, sorry, this one. You take this one?
No.
No, I'll take this one. Okay, you take this one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ready? 1,
Two.
2, 3. Here we go.
It is very good.
It is very good. There's a little thing in here. We drop it out. But that's all what it's supposed to be.
It's very good. Flavor is very good.
Look at me. I'm eating also with consumption, you see? No.
So the big question is, which one do you like better?
Oh my God.
Or is there any difference at all?
Let me see what my taste will do with me. Look. That one.
Interesting.
For me, it's this one.
So we have a split decision. Let me tell you. These came off the big Green Egg.
Wow.
This one came off the Weber Kettle.
So who's got the best taste here? Me! No, me! Me!
So all that's left for me is to find out what I think is best. So let's tear off a piece here. These are tender. These are beautiful and tender. Wow. Definitely some good ribs. So let's see what the ribs are for the big Green Egg. Also really juicy. That's interesting. The big Green Egg ribs are slightly more tender. Gosh, there's so little between them. It's interesting. What does it mean? Do you need an expensive green egg to have good ribs? Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments down below. If you liked the video, hit the like. We're gonna eat that now. There's a lot of food going around, so we'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks to all my subscribers, and see you next time. And don't forget, fail fast, learn fast, keep grilling.